Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Susie from Susie's Room for Crochet and I've just made a lovely little poppy. I'm going to make a few of these, like as many as I can, and try and sell them to raise some money for the poppy appeal. But if you'd like to learn how to make one of these poppies with me, stay tuned and we can get on and make one together. So for this project you will need some red and black yarn. I used DK weight for the red and 4-ply for the black because I didn't want the centre to be too big. And I used a 3.5mm hook. You will also need a darning needle, a pair of scissors and a safety pin. And to start off, to make this poppy, if you grab your red yarn, we're going to start off by making a magic circle. So to make a magic circle, I have got a tutorial just for a magic circle, but I will just do it slowly with you now anyway. So I start by placing the yarn on the back of my 2 fingers, wrapping it over my fingers and making a cross at the back and then going back over again. And then insert your hook under the first strand, grab the second one and turn your hook, then grab the one behind and pull through that loop, and that is your magic circle. And then we're going to start off by making a chain of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we're going to put 10 double trebles into the center of this circle. And when I say double trebles, I'm talking in US terms. So to do a double treble, you're going to wrap the yarn round once, twice, 3 times. Then insert your hook into the circle and grab the yarn, pull up another loop. You'll have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 4 times, and that's your first double treble. And you're going to put 10 of those into the magic circle. This chain 5 counts as our first one, so that counts as 2. So I'll do it with you one more time. Wrap the yarn round 3 times, insert your hook into the circle, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your second double treble. So carry on until you've got a total of 10, including the chain 5 that you made here at the beginning, and I'll meet you back when I've got my 10. Okay, I've got my 10 double trebles, and now what we're going to do is chain 5 like we did at the beginning. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we're going to insert our hook into the center of that circle and do a slip stitch. I'm just going to pull my ring in a little bit because it makes it easier. So just do a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to put 6 double trebles in now, like we did on the other side, but this side we're going to put 6 in. So wrap the yarn round 3 times and do your first double treble. That's 1, and you're going to place another 6, and including this chain 5 will be 7 in total. So put your 6 double trebles in on this side, and then I'll be back to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've done my 6 double trebles on the other side, and with the chain 5, that's a total of 7. And now what we're going to do again is chain another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into the center like we did on the other side. And now what we're going to do is, you see the first chain 5 that we did here, we're going to insert our hook into that space and do, sorry, I should tell you, we're going to do 4 single crochets. So to do a single crochet, you insert your hook into the space, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, you'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. That's a single crochet. So we're going to put another 3 in here for a total of 4. That's 2, 3 and 4. And then you see the stitches on the top here. We're going to insert our hook into the first stitch there and single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet into every stitch along the top here. So insert your hook and do your single crochets. And when you've done the last one on the top of that double treble, just insert your hook into the top of that chain 5 and do a single crochet. And then you're going to place another 4 single crochets into the chain 5 space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then you're going to slip stitch into the center, and then like we did on the other side, into this chain 5 space you're going to place 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then into the tops of these double trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then into the top of that first chain 5. Just make sure you get the V on your hook, so make sure you've got 2 strands of yarn, which I can't seem to get. Can be a little bit tricky, but we can do it. Okay. Whoops. There we are. And then 4 single crochets in the chain 5 space again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet into the center of that magic ring. Do a chain 1 and pull up a fairly long strand of yarn, because you need a little bit of length to sew your safety pin on, and then snip your yarn and pull through. And what you can do then is grab that first bit of yarn and close the ring off. And now if you just get your darning needle and just bring this to the center, so this is where you closed off your magic ring, and you just want to bring your yarn down to there. So if you just do 1 stitch back, and then working on the back, just weave your needle down towards the center and just take it out for now. That will be fine. And just tie, just do like 1 knot, and that should be fine. So that's your poppy done. And now what you need to do is the center. So if you grab your black yarn, this is very quick actually. Grab your black yarn, and again we're going to start with a magic circle. So make your magic circle, and then all we're going to do is put 10 single crochets into the center of that circle. So insert your hook into the center, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, that's a single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then just pull that tail to close the circle. And I don't like to slip stitch into the first stitch because you can get like a bit of a knot. So what I like to do is pull my yarn up and snip it, and then I like to take my darning needle and just go through the back of the first stitch like so, and then through the front stitch of the last stitch you did, and then just bring that to the center and tie it again. And then what we're going to do is grab our poppy and do this with the right side of your work face. So you've got the tails at the back. Insert your hook into the center there. Sorry, I'm going to do it through the back actually. So insert your hook through there, grab the 2 strands of yarn and pull them through. I think I only got one. Let's do that again. This can be a bit fiddly, but doing it on camera is even more fiddly. Right, so we're going to pull the 2 strands through to the back, like so. And then just use these 2 strands, tying them to the 2 red strands. Do that a couple of times. And then what you can do is snip the black off, and you can snip the shorter tail of your red. So you're left with just 1 strand now. And what you're going to do is just sew your pin on. So thread your needle again. And grab your safety pin. Just make sure this is opening on the outside. So you want to sew it to the other side. So if you hold that on the back and just go under the pin, and then just pick up like a little piece of yarn, go under the pin again, and then what I do, I just kind of loop it through and pull, and just do that a few times. And then to finish with, I just go right under the pin one more time and back the other way. One more loop, and then you can snip that. And there we have our lovely little poppy. It just needs a little bit of tweaking, but that looks quite nice. And you've got your little pin on the back to pin it to your coat or outfit. And that's that. So I hope you've been able to follow along with me and enjoyed this tutorial. And I will be back again soon with another tutorial for you. Bye for now.